Roy Jones Jr. said that him and Mike Tyson in their prime would probably beat today's top two heavyweights, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. Man, I can already see people busting Roy Jones' head for saying that. What's good, YouTube? Fight fans all over the world. It's your boy Real Talk Boxing back at you again. My man, my boy, one of my favorite fighters of all time, Roy Jones Jr. says in his prime and in Mike Tyson's prime, they would probably beat the top two heavyweights of our generation right now. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. Now, before y'all start thumping Roy Jones Jr. on his forehead for saying this, let me start by saying this. He didn't say definitely. He didn't say it with arrogance. He actually used the word probably, could have. Roy Jones said that these guys aren't as skilled as he was and Mike Tyson was in their prime. And then I know you're going to say, well, Jones ain't even a heavyweight. Well, he did fight one bout at heavyweight against John Ruiz, taking his WBA title via decision. Unanimous decision at that. Now, I believe that was back in 2003. I was actually at a restaurant with a couple of my friends, and they weren't playing the fight at the restaurant, but they were showing like round by round details. And I was so upset for not being able to see that fight, but the next weekend I was able to see it on HBO. All right, so listen, we're not even going to put Tyson in the equation because we all know, well, at least I know, that Mike Tyson would probably crush, well, I'm not even going to say probably, would crush each and every heavyweight right now, today, in the top 10. All of them. That's just my opinion. Should one of the heavyweights of our time right now have a chance, I would say Tyson Fury. And I will get to that in a moment. But for right now, we're going to leave Tyson out of the equation because that's a no-brainer. Now, the reason why I'm using Roy Jones is because a lot of people are going to question whether Roy Jones was big enough, skilled enough, hit hard enough to beat Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury. First off, I want to start by saying, I do not believe that he would beat Tyson Fury. I don't. Roy Jones is not a tall guy. I'm not sure how tall Roy Jones is, but he's not over 6 foot tall. I can tell you that right now. 5'10", 5'11", maybe, give or take. And man, Tyson Fury's like, what, 12 feet tall? The dude, he's a giant. And he's so freaking awkward. You don't know what he's going to do. And the reason why I'm going to say that he would beat Anthony Joshua is because you know what Anthony Joshua is going to do. You know exactly what he's going to do. Let's get to Roy Jones in his prime, okay? He bulked up to 198 pounds, give or take, to fight John Ruiz for his WBA heavyweight crown. And he looked good. The weight looks really, really good on him. And it wasn't fat, it was muscle. It was all muscle. Now let's get on Roy Jones' attributes in his prime. First of all, ring generalship. Second of all, reflexes like no other. He had reflexes like a freaking mongoose, like a spider monkey, man. Blazing fast hands. In his prime, not only did he have fast hands with 1 or 2 punches, he had speed and combinations, which later on in his career, when he started declining, he started losing the speed in his combinations, because he could rapidly throw 10 punches like fast, like I'm blazing fast. But he still has fast hands for an older guy. He can throw that straight cross just as fast as anybody in the game right now. He can throw the 1-2 just as fast as anybody in the game. Still throw that check hook just as fast as anybody in the game. The speed and combinations, that's diminished. That's gone. He had all of that. The dude is the most athletic boxer that ever laced up the gloves, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion. And I think if he'd have fought Anthony Joshua in the time that he fought John Ruiz, Roy Jones would have beat Anthony Joshua. Or let's put it this way. Roy Jones may have beat Anthony Joshua. May have. Because I don't want y'all thumping me on my head anyway. But somebody out there is going to do that. It doesn't matter how I come to you guys with, some of you guys, with a video. And it doesn't matter how many times I repeat myself over and over again in certain situations and certain topics. People still don't listen to what I'm saying. Okay? So I'm gonna really be very, very careful with my words. All right? Roy Jones could have beat someone like Anthony Joshua. I believe so. Because Anthony Joshua is not near as fast as Roy Jones was in his prime. The combinations weren't near as fast as Roy Jones was in his prime. And the ring IQ. And the athleticism. Roy Jones put on a lot of weight. You got to remember, Roy Jones started at like, what, 150 pounds? Bulked all the way up to freaking, junior middleweight, light heavyweight, and then heavyweight. He was basically a cruiserweight when he fought John Ruiz. So look, I do believe with the set of skills that Roy Jones had in his prime, and his mindset, and the fact that he thought he could beat anybody on the planet, and was doing it for a significant amount of time. I mean, I thought that he was from another planet, the things he would do in the ring. I believe that he had a chance of beating Anthony Joshua. Now, again, he didn't state that I know I could. He said probably could have. More than likely could have. So he came with respect, and he didn't come arrogant. So y'all don't go to cussing Roy Jones out. He's just saying, y'all. He's just saying. And he has a lot of room to back it up. Just look at his early career. And look what he did to John Ruiz. I'm not saying John Ruiz is an Anthony Joshua, but I believe he would have a good chance of beating Anthony Joshua. Here's why I think he would not beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is tall, long, rangy, awkward, herky-jerky. You don't know whether he's going right or left. You don't know whether he's coming over the top of your head or under. You don't know what he's going to do. Plus, he's 12 foot tall. And he got a jab. Not the hardest punch in the world. And he's big. Would have caused a lot of problems for Roy Jones or anybody else. Even Mike Tyson. But I still believe Mike Tyson would beat Tyson Fury. I didn't say probably. I said would beat Tyson Fury in Mike Tyson's prime. And that's anybody. That's all the heavyweights right now today that we got. From top 10 on up. I believe that, and a lot of you people believe that out there. So what do you think about Roy Jones saying that he probably would have beat, along with Mike Tyson in their prime, the top two heavyweights today? You got my opinion. Somebody gonna be mad at me about it, but it's okay. If you agree, comment below. If you disagree, comment below. I'll respect all of your comments, whether I agree with it or not. As always, man, respect all, fear none, God bless. Thank you for your support. Stay safe. Real Talk Boxing. Gone.